My mom has always told me that everything happens for a reason, and when man plans, God laughs. My dad has taught me that nothing ever happens by coincidence, and that God has a plan and we're not privy to it. I do not think it was a coincidence that Laura asked me to lead Evensong right after I was in a rare state of genuinely missing my life back in Ghana. However, before I begin, I need to preface the Ghana experience that I lived with in Chatham, New Jersey, my senior year of high school for 9 months. When I was a freshman, Brian was my school friend. We had class together, said hello in the hallways, but as my friends described, he was a punk and I did ballet. What more can we say? We kept in touch and he left for boarding school, but very rarely. Months went by and I found out that Brian was in a very serious car accident. He was 100% mentally cognizant, yet he was paralyzed from the chin down and was unable to communicate through voice, but instead through blinking. Although on the outside at first, I was visiting then Brian almost daily for those 9 months. We became very close throughout his and even my own spiritual journey. Brian had made the decision to be taken off of life support. This was not surprising to me considering we had many conversations about God's plan and having faith. He asked me to do 2 things. One was to make a CD for his wake with 3 songs: Mad World, No Woman, No Cry, and One Love. I was honored to be there with him the night before he passed. I gave him a note and he told me that he would forever be my guardian angel. I asked him what signs I would be looking for. I truly just wanted one specific sign so I knew he was there. And he responded with, "You'll know." I thought he might do that. After his passing, and still to this day, I know I'm constantly receiving signs from Bri, but one stood out in particular. Let's fast track to studying abroad in Ghana. Usually when we traveled, people see Obrunis, or white foreigners, and immediately want to ask us if we need help, guidance, or even pop the question, "Will you be my wife?" This, however, was not the case at Busua Beach. It was the weekend after my birthday, and the most untouched beach I had ever been to was this place. The community was used to Obrunis there, and they were extremely friendly, but knew that they had crossing cultural lines with us. The first day we were there, I met this man named Isaac. He was a gentle soul, and he wanted to make sure we were well-nourished, hydrated, and safe. We only spoke for a few minutes, and all I really remember from that conversation was his name and his hospitality. Backtrack for a second. In my whole life, I had only missed one mass, and that had ended up being in Ghana. Just kidding. Backtrack for a second. In my whole life, I had only missed a mass when I was traveling in Ghana. That Sunday in Busua was one of the first times I'd ever missed mass. So, on our last morning, 2 of the 6 girls I traveled with wanted to watch this last sunrise and this incredible escape. We woke up at 5 a.m. and wanted to soak in every last rising ray Busua Beach had to offer. Christina went for a walk to the left, Roxanne went to the right to collect shells, and I placed myself in the center of the beach. I laid my towel down, had my camera to take a potential cover photo for my already intended title, Heaven on Earth, and I opened my heart. I sat on the beach, still dark, watching little by little the sun rise above the horizon. I had been having a conversation with God in replacement of church. I sat in sand praying for my family at home, my friends, of course my 2 dogs, my coworkers, and my angels above. To this day, I never felt so at peace. I was hearing God's words. So I thought. As I am in this deep level of relaxation and prayer, who walks by but Isaac? Now, in Ghana, they are very clear with their words, which can be wonderful. However, this makes them not so great at picking up on Obruni social hints. Walking in the distance, Isaac is wearing a traditional white church gown and barefoot in the sand. As he approached, I tried to act half interested, so he would get the clue and walk away because I wanted to be alone. After a few moments of catching up, I closed my eyes, hoping Isaac would continue on his journey. But instead, Isaac sat right next to me, scooches me over on my own towel, and starts to talk. Man plan, God laughs. After a few minutes, again, of what I thought to be pointless conversation, I, again, closed my eyes and selfishly hoped that Isaac would at least be quiet while I finished my conversation with God. A few seconds or a minute of silence went by, and all of a sudden Isaac begins to sing, One Love. I immediately hold back tears and take out my camera. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel all right. I'm thinking, I'm in the middle of Africa, and yet I still feel connected with Brian, as if 3 years of separation had never taken place. I could feel his spirit. Then my dad's voice sounded in the back of my head. Nothing happens by coincidence. When we met people or encountered people we would not necessarily see very often, we should try to look from his view up there to our view down here. I was supposed to have met Isaac these days before that was on his agenda. He places people in our life for certain reasons. He wants you to be challenged. Let him be your coach and accept his game plan. I would have never gotten to that level of peace with God and Brian if it weren't for Isaac. God used Isaac as a powerful instrument. Through love and patience, I was able to feel my guardian angel and a glimpse of heaven on earth. It really doesn't take a broad experience to have these types of moments. When I asked my friends how their semester at Loyola was after my return home, it was the same responses. It was good, or, same old. I guarantee there is more to it than that. Don't allow the same old stop you from seeing God's plan for you, even in your daily life. Sometimes when we're comfortable, we are not aware. Again, to have attained this moment, I did not have to be in Ghana. This could have happened right here in my hometown. But that very morning, I opened my palms and my heart to God's calling. I once was blind, but now I see. Make yourself aware of God's presence. Talk to him, see him in others, listen to the lessons he is trying to teach and the path he has planned. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean on him, not your own understanding, and our ways of acknowledgement, and he will make your path straight.